Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so down? Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so down? Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so blue? I need a meal like you. I need just some friends and some jewelry. I'm trying to get like you. Sign me a deal like you. Foreign my whip like you. Give me a I'm trying to be lit like you. Flex on the ground like you. Show all my bands like you. I talk to my friends, I talk to my family, they don't understand like you. Follow the plan like you. I need some fans like you. Make them all stand like you, but I don't understand why I'm not like you. They say comparison is a thief for joy, but what I'm supposed to do, I'm unemployed. Been dropping songs, ain't been making noise. Trying to get like you and hope to fill a void. Look, don't nobody wanna be like me. No shawty, no team like me. Insecure, unemployed, no tour, no story, no breed, no peace like me. Close to living on the streets like me. Run away from your dream like me. Mama, dad, miss, I got you living with your granny. Ain't nobody unkeep like me. I mean unkept like me. Credit low bar dead like me. Don't nobody call and check on me. I see y'all ball, y'all flex on me, but cats on all y'all necks on me. Why is all this stress on me? Why I see the less of me? Comparison, no recipe. They say comparison is a thing for joy, but what I'm supposed to do, I'm unemployed. Been dropping songs, ain't been making noise. Trying to get like you and hope it fill a void. Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so down? Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so down? Why do I feel so blue? Look, why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so down? Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so blue?
And I am in the building with Josh Boyd on this evening. Josh just chilling, Boyd. And
I need a meal like you. I need some friends and some jewelry. I'm trying to get like you. Sign me a deal like you. Foreign my whip like you. Give me a
platform to be able to
have a
one-on-one with them.
Flex on the ground like you. Show all my bands like you.
Been in the building, we got Mr. Antonio,
they don't understand like you.
Better known as Mr. Tweet on TikTok.
I need some fans like you.
So at the end of the day, what we're going to do, we're going to have a real good time tonight. We're going to rock out. We're going to do our thing. We're going to answer some questions. We're going to look at the comments. We just, I got you, yo, Biz. Yeah, I was on mute. And we just going to pick his brain, right? We're going to pick some brains, and we got a couple of more people coming in. We're going to wait till they chime in. But at this moment, I'm going to go ahead on and introduce my guest, Mr. Josh Boyd. I'm going to bring Josh in first. Come on in, Josh.
How y'all doing? How you
doing? What's happening? What's happening?
Man, you know, just chilling, man. Just like my name, just chilling. Hanging out of town.
Hey, man, how your day been? How the day been, bro?
Been pretty good, man. You know, it's always good when you're at home, you know, chilling with the family and just, you know, laying, just cooling.
Just cooling, just laying.
How you been?
Ah, man, I've been good, bro. You know me, I'm always yo, Biz say, hey, Josh. Yo, B, you know, I'm always just chilling and up here just doing my thing, man, and just trying to make things happen and take care of business, man. I'm kind of why we went to the rodeo yesterday. My son walked me to death. You know what I'm saying? Man. All those games and everything.
So, how you like that, man? How you like the rodeo?
Oh, you know, we go every year. And so we went to the carnival this year. You know, we go to the carnival with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's cool, man. It's cool. Get somewhere for the kids, let him play games and all of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I ain't gonna hold this up. I don't know what Tweet and them got going on. I'm gonna just bring Tweet on in.
Okay.
Yo, what's going on?
What's going on, fellas?
There he is, Mr. Tweet, Mr. Antonio himself, Mr. Furniture Man. Say, man, how y'all doing this evening?
Man, I'm blessed. I'm good.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So I want to appreciate you guys, especially Tweet. this is Josh's interview, but Tweet, he wanted to do something different. Okay, he wanted to be able to have a one-on-one with you guys to pick y'all brain.
Gotcha.
We got I'm waiting on TrapN to come in, Tim Williams, and then I'm waiting on the other gentleman that he invited to come in. But in the meantime, in between time, check this out. We're gonna get this thing rolling. Cause I can talk. I got a lot of questions, and you know whether they come in or not, we still can keep this rolling, right? All right.
Gotcha.
So when we begin, Josh Boyd, please introduce yourself. Tell everybody what you do, where you're from, and what do you do in trucking.
All right. Of course, my name is Josh Boyd. I've been driving trucks 13 years now. I've been in the furniture side of things, as far as I deliver new furniture to a lot of the mom and pop stores, a lot of stuff like that, and but I've been doing that for the last 10 years, 9 years, give or take, somewhere around there. And but yeah, that's pretty much me. I'm from Hickory, North Carolina. I drive for Ideal Transportation. I've been an owner operator for. I just realized I've actually been an owner operator for 5 years. I've been saying 4, but I had a Facebook that reminded me it's been 5 years now. But yeah, that's pretty much my thing right now. I can't hear you.
Mind y'all, he said Hickory, not Hick. Okay. He said Hickory. So go ahead. What else you got, Josh?
No, you good, man. I'm just letting people know where I'm from, man. You good.
Mr. Tweet. Mr. Tweet. How you doing, sir?
I'm living the dream.
Man, introduce yourself, where you from, how long you been rolling, what lanes you rolling in, and all that good stuff.
Well, a lot of people don't, family, friends, whoever, they don't know my real name, but my real name is Antonio. Everybody knows me as Tweet. I mean, that's my brand, that's my slogan, that's what I go by. I'm from North Carolina as well as like Josh. I'm from the coast. I'm from a little town called Jacksonville, North Carolina, in between Wilmington and, let's say, Raleigh. Good kind of geographic area. I'm household. I move people. I can pull up to your house like the mailman, and I walk in and take everything you own out and take it to a new place. I'm coming up on year 24. Fresh out of high school into this lane, and it's been a good ride, but had some ups and downs. I've never been a company driver, so I don't even know what that feel like. I walked into the door, pockets inside out, but saved a little bit of change and bought a piece of a truck that stayed on the side of the road more than it stayed on the road. And, so when people see what I'm driving now, trust and believe it didn't happen overnight. It took some trials and tribulations to get here, and I'm thankful, I'm humble, and I'm fortunate enough to live the dream. But with blood, sweat, and tears, I'm here. So
we gonna jump into all of that. I know Josh got a lot of questions. So let me ask a question to both of y'all.
Okay.
Josh say he moved furniture. You say you're household good. What's the difference?
You want to answer that first?
Well, I mean, I can. The difference is Josh deal with the brand new stuff that's gonna go to the showroom floor eventually.
Oh, okay.
I move the stuff that's owned by the person, and I'm gonna move it to a new house if they have a house when I arrive to the location. So that's, from my point of view, that's the difference.
Yeah, I can pretty much say the same thing. And the labor is totally different too, but we'll get into that in a little bit too. But yeah, I agree with that.
So basically, what you guys are saying, breaking it down in layman's terms, Josh delivers to businesses brand new furniture, sofas, beds, nightstands, whatever the case may be. Once somebody buys that furniture and takes it home, puts it in their home, then decides they want to move to another state, that's when Mr. Tweet comes in, loads the whole house up on the van, takes it to wherever else they want to be, and then unloads the whole house. Am I right?
That's it.
Pretty much it. You summed it up.
That's the difference between delivering furniture and moving household goods. Okay, Josh, where did you start out driving trucks? And how long? I know you've been an owner operator for 5 years. How long have you been driving trucks? Where did you start out? And what did you start out driving?
All right, so funny story. So I started driving trucks at this little company called Carolina Cargo. Carolina Cargo out of that was in South Carolina, Chester, South Carolina. I don't think they're in business no more. That's where I originally started. Make the long story short, I stayed there for a month.
Don't need to make no long story short, man. This is my interview. We want to know details, bro. People come through here and look at my podcast. They want to know details. All that long story short, this ain't TikTok.
Okay. Well, let me break it down to you. So,
he said he got time today.
I got time today, but what I mean is, you can. Hey, check this out. Check this out. You can move the story along. But just give us details. What step? Because I want some youngster to look at this interview and say, okay, I'm in that same lane is what he's doing. So let me tap in and listen to what he's saying so I can see if I can pick up on something to add to my toolbox. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the reason I'm saying that.
Okay, so let's do it because you're right. So basically, when I got out of school, right? I didn't know where I was gonna go. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I was ready to take anything. I'm ready to drive. So, this little company called Carolina Cargo, they picked me up. They put me in a truck with a dude, with an older dude. I still talk to that dude to this day, and we took off, man. I mean, that was my trainer. So the problem was with that company was, for one, like I said, 13 years ago, they started me at 10 cents a mile. That's what was my starting pay, at 10 cents a mile.
What year was this?
Man, if I had to go back years, 13 years ago. I ain't good at math. But this is
well, the reason I asked because I'm thinking I've been driving trucks going on 18 years. I've been in transportation 20. Now you saying 13 years ago, I started out at 43 cents a mile, 44 cents a mile.
Well, they try to say, they preyed on new people. They preyed on new people, felons, or like, let's say you got in a truck accident. There was a second chance company. You got in an accident or something like that, you can go over there and get a job.
I just want to welcome in TrapN. Mr. Tim Williams is in the building. Everybody say hello.
What's good?
What's going on, man?
What's going on?
Yeah.
But I'm about to put a lot of new people on some game too that I found. They taught me this actually. So with that being said, they started me out at 10 cents a mile. I ran for a month with them, and my trainer was like, and he was a cool dude. My trainer was like, "Hey, I'm about to leave. I'm getting ready to go to this other company." I was like, "Dang!" So I'm just getting comfortable. I'm like, "Dang, you gonna just jump? Leave me?" He was like, "Yeah, but let me make some phone calls. Let me talk to him." So he made his phone calls and talked to him. So this is what I found out. Because he had experience. Now, the company that I went to, you're supposed to have 2 years experience to drive for you. So, and it was a little company called Martin Enterprise in the Carolinas. You're supposed to have 2 years to drive for them. But what I found out, if we're running teams, by him having the experience, he was the lead driver, and he could bring me on up under him. So I was working for a company that I needed 2 years experience, but I got on with that company because he had the experience, and he was the lead driver, and I was, you know what I'm saying, up under him, and they brought me on with that company. I didn't know you could do that, but you can do that. I'm guessing it's still a thing that you can do that.
Okay, so that's how you got in.
That's kind of how I got my foot in the door, you know. With
all right, we gonna come back to tweet Antonio. Truck TrapN, Mr. Tim Williams. Will you please introduce yourself to the people, sir?
Okay, well, y'all got to excuse me. There's a lot of noise out here in this truck stop. I'm an owner operator. I own 3 trucks. I got government contracts. I run jet fuel for the U.S. government. I fuel ships. I fuel hovercrafts. I fuel anything just about the military make. It wasn't always that way. It wasn't always that good, but it's sufficient. It provides a living. I had a similar story about starting out this and that. I wasn't making a lot of money. I'm actually an ex-con. I did a 9-year.
Hold on. We're gonna come back to you. Come back to you. Mr. Antonio.
Yo.
Come on with it.
What I'm doing? What you need?
Let me know. You said that now you gotta you kind of, well, you unique, but for you to be doing what you doing in one lane for 24 years is unique. And you know what I'm saying, to me, because to find somebody who stayed in one lane for 24 years and let me know, we know where you started. You started straight out of high school and you're in the same lane. What made you decide to start out your trucking career in household goods?
Well, I'm from a city that they call Milk Movers Capital of the World. And
Milk Movers?
Movers Capital of the World. And when I say Movers Capital of the World, meaning that in the location I live in, there's really no industry. Mm-hmm. It's just a big military base, surrounding military bases, and a lot of the people that live there, men in general, this is what they do. It's some great furniture guys come from the city I live in, and I just so happened to endorse one of those guys as being my mother's husband, which was my stepfather. And he took, from 8 years old until he passed. This is what I knew. I remember growing up, he gave me a quarter for every item that I bought out the house. And then it was like, that ain't no money. But as a grown man now, I think about it. If I bring 4 items out of the house every time I come out, that's $1 every trip. Right. So you start thinking about that and adding it up. I was really making some money. I just wasn't really logically thinking about it.
Right.
Then he got sick. Had a truck. I begged him, and the crazy thing is, I just had this conversation with my grandparents last night out here in San Diego. I begged him. He had a 96. I want to say it was a 96 W9. He was driving for a company out of Connecticut called Syracuse, an Allied agent. And I begged him. I was like, you about to give up the business. Can I, get the truck? And he looked me in my face and said, if I give you this truck, I don't feel like you would appreciate it. I would rather you go out and pave your own way. And still to this day, as big as his name was in this industry, I've never worked for a company that he drove for. Even though they've wanted me, they've raved for me, they wanted me to come to them, and I knew I could go over there and succeed. I wanted to pave my own way. And honestly, everybody will think to themselves like they're a giant in whatever they do, but I can, with a humble heart, tell you I'm a giant in the furniture business. You know what I'm saying? My name carries weight. I walk into people's houses with a different cachet. I'm very arrogant at my passion. There's no secret about that. But my work speaks volumes. And if you look at my content, it tells you that I'm passionate about what I do. Oh, yeah. There's no games being played when I pull up to a person's house. You could be my best friend. You could be my wife. You could be my lover, whatever. It's business time. But
now we gonna
story, man.
I'm gonna come back to y'all because I gotta hold on, Josh. What you finna say? Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, a lot of people don't know, but some people do know. North Carolina, especially Hickory, this was like one. It might still be. It was like furniture capital of the world. It still is.
People still come to Hickory and Statesville, North Carolina to buy furniture.
So that's why it's so easy to get into what we do.
Right.
When it comes to
that's the industry down there where y'all at.
Yeah.
Which leads me to this. We got an H-Town boy coming up. I'm H-Town too. We got two, North Carolina, South Carolina boys in here. Hey, check it out. Hey, coast to coast. Mr. Tim Williams, Mr. Truck Trapping himself. Introduce yourself. Hey man, how long have you been driving? What did you start out in, and what are you driving currently?
Man, okay. As I said before, I went on a 9-year vacation and for messing around doing the wrong things, and I got with some old cats that was in there, and basically they told me, you want to get out here and see the money that you making in the streets. Why don't you just go on and get in the truck, and then that way you ain't gonna need no re-up money. And I thought about it. It always sat in the back of my head. When I got released, I went down to the Port of Houston, and I did a little research on it, and seeing that I had a certain type of felony, I couldn't get a CDL. Well, a guy out of Utah, I met him at a truck stop. A guy out of Utah flew me down to Utah. He helped me out. Now, he did pay me 39 cents a mile for 3 years, but you got to pay to play. So he did something for me that nobody else did. And then when he helped me get that CDL, I never looked back. I got all my endorsements. Like I said, I never looked back. I haul everything from reefers, flatbed, step deck, drive in. I did it all. Heavy haul. I did it all. But the one thing I noticed that tankers paid more money, but I never saw something coming is that even though they pay more money, you always have a down period with flatbeds and tankers. And you don't make as much money with drive-in and reefer, but your money is steady year round. So I kind of looked at it and I said, well, let me try to get in the avenue in which I'm gonna do less work and get the most amount out of it. So that's why I got into hazmat tankers, and I got to hauling jet fuel. And that, I ain't gonna lie, it changed my life. It put me in a position where I didn't have to work but 6 months out of a year. And take it from me, I got 8 kids. I probably needed 2 tankers. I'll be honest with you. But it brought me a long way. It brought me a long way, put me in a real powerful situation. And like I said, I just played my position and did basically what I did with these trucks is the same thing I would do in the streets, and that's just what it is. That's why I named my company TrapN. Yep, it's the same game.
So let me ask the whole panel this before I allow Josh to start picking y'all brain with his questions. This is to everybody in the room. You said some tweet that I totally agree with, and I'm totally for it. How arrogant do you have to be in what you do in trucking? Anybody can start and answer that.
Man, my philosophy in the trucking game is at the end of the day, anybody can drive. Anybody can sit in that driver's seat, put the key in, turn the ignition, and take off. I don't care if you hauling produce to the store. I don't like truck trapping. Say he haul fuel. Josh haul furniture. I haul furniture. You work for your people you work for. I don't care what avenue and lane you work for. You have got to separate yourself from your peers. You got to stand out. You got to have a different language about yourself, cachet about yourself, and when that in that configuration of what I'm saying comes personality. You got to be dominant. Arrogance is a must. I mean, you can be arrogant and humble at the same time. But if you don't separate yourself from your peers, you're no different than the next person standing beside you. And if I got to walk a certain kind of way, I got to talk a certain kind of way to make my revenue skyrocket up, then so be it. Because at the end of the day, I got to take care of me because the next person won't.
Anybody else?
No, I mean, he's right. You have to separate yourself. Like even what I do, people always come to me. So, I got pool. I'm like, I don't have pool. I mean, but they know I'm gonna get the job done. They rely on me to get the job done, and they know it's gonna get done. If you give it to me, say, hey, look, this needs to be here, and this is how it needs to be here. Guess what's gonna happen? It's gonna get there, and it's gonna be just how they need it. You know, there's been times where the boss lady in my company, you know, she got an event, and I'm going to that area. Hey, you think you could do this? She gave me that because she knows it's gonna be there. But yeah, you definitely have to separate yourself from what's the word I'm gonna say? You gotta separate yourself. You gotta put in that work. You gotta put in that footwork. You know what I mean? Don't nothing happen overnight.
Now
oh.
Yeah, no. I want you. I already know you arrogant. I just want to see.
No. That's not arrogance.
No.
Arrogance and confidence is two different things. I took a different approach, though.
I'm not.
I took my friends out the hood and circle and made my own circle, and I put them in positions to make money with these trucks, and they didn't know nothing about trucks as well. So I built my own circle. I took my friends out of the hood. I came from nothing. I come from Fifth Ward, Texas. Never had nothing my whole life, but once I got into a position to have something and build myself up. Now I didn't let them know what I was doing, you know, while I was doing it. But once I got into a certain position, I surrounded myself with my friends and I built them up and I put them around me.
But what's the level of arrogance that you had to have in order to do that?
Sometimes you got to humble yourself because I believe in karma. So
Absolutely.
Arrogance to me is putting yourself in a situation to where if you so arrogant about something and adamant about something, then nobody want to let you have it. So instead of being arrogant, I just, the young folks call it finessing. I'll let you know what you want to hear to get what I need to get.
I changed my circle.
So the reason why I agree with all of that is because for me, I'm arrogant like this because, like Tweet said, I'm always gonna step in the truck and make you think that I'm the best at what I do.
You can't be the best because I am.
Because that's what I'm just saying. And that's what I'm saying. That's an arrogant confidence.
Absolutely.
Yep, you have to have an arrogant confidence in order to make money in this industry, because if I step into a business, if I step into a shipper that I'm trying to solidify, if I step to TrapN and say, man, I want to get under your contract and run jet fuel for you, if I don't step in there with a certain type of confidence and arrogance that he could see that this man know what he talking about, what he doing, he will not allow me to drive under his contract. So you have to have in trucking, and this is what I want youngsters to understand. You have to develop and know your craft and understand what you're doing and how you're running it and how you're moving it in order to have a confident arrogance. That doesn't mean cachet. That doesn't mean that, oh, I'm gonna put you in the ground because you ain't nothing. I'm gonna step. That's not the arrogance we talking about.
Right.
We talking about an arrogance that says that I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. If you give it to me, I'm gonna get it there, and you ain't got to worry about nothing. I'm that efficient. That's the arrogance we talking about.
Hey, I get a couple looks at when I say this, but I stand behind this. I tell people all the time, man, I'm the Frank Lucas of the moving industry.
There you go.
And guess what? And guess what? And guess what? Guess what? I think, me personally, I think I'm the Michael Jordan of transportation.
I don't want nobody to know who I am.
But see, I'm not gonna tell them that. But in my mind, when I jump in my truck, when anybody call me and say, "Hey man, I know you work for here, but hey man, I got a truck that's stuck. Can you come help me move?" When anybody say, "Man, can you write me a compliance report? Can you write me a SOP? Can you come over here and train my drivers?" Bro, I walk into each training session and when I get ready to write anything, in my mind, I'm going in like Michael Jordan game 4 and the finals. I'm finna sweep you. I'm finna sweep you. I'm about to kill it. And that's all that it is that I have, I tell youngsters and new drivers that you have to develop a arrogancy about your skill set, not what you can do versus another driver, but what you can do and bring to a company, bring to your own company.
Right.
So that's where that question came from, because I heard Tweet say something about arrogance, and I'm on the same page. And then Trap Trucking came in and said he flipped it a little bit and gave it a whole nother twist, in which I understand that too. We all on the same page. We all on the same
I'm
page.
not arrogant where I can't be approached or conversated with. My thing is I'm arrogant to the point where I know where I stand it in my brain.
You know your work. That's it.
See,
That's right.
my thing is like, okay, like you Tweet, I love your truck. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm like, okay, so what did it take to get to that truck? You know, how did you get to that level? You know, that's me, because I want to learn. I don't even want to learn the success. I want
Go
to
ahead
learn
and
the
ask him.
failures.
Go ahead and ask him what you really want to know, because they here for you. Truck Trapping and Tweet here for you. Go ask your question. I jump in, but go ahead and ask him your question.
But yeah, so I'm the type of person, I want to know the failures. Like, well, where did you make a mistake? Because I already know things wasn't peaches and cream, because it ain't peaches and cream with me when I came up. Same thing with you, Truck Trap. I know it couldn't have been peaches and cream the whole time. So my thing is, my logic is like, okay, so where did you make your mistakes at? Where along the lines, if you could do things differently, what would you do differently in those situations? Like, you know what I mean? And
I would have saved money.
Yep, put the money up.
I
thought I was Puff
came
Daddy.
into this business without the mindset of a financial gain.
Yeah,
I came into this business thinking, oh man, I just got this big check. I'm gonna blow it. I'm gonna flip it because I'm gonna get another one next week.
Another one,
and I'm gonna get another one and another one and another one and another one and another one, and it would collapse on you to the point where now my truck will break and I'm scratching my head like, how I'm gonna fix this when I had the money yesterday, but I blew it the day before.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Put your money up. And another thing, for the young cats that's coming in this business, that's another failure of mine. I'm transparent. Get right with the IRS. If you're a 1099 driver, stay on top of your financial game with the IRS. There's nobody to play with. When they come at you and they finally grab a hold to you, it's win, lose, or draw.
Hey, say that again. Do what? Get what?
So true.
Get right with the IRS.
Get right with
Stay
the
right
IRS.
with the IRS.
I had a conversation about that.
Or
it's loopholes to get around things, but you got to give them. Something. It's loopholes to get out of certain things, but you got to give them something, or they gonna watch you like a hawk.
Man, I remember when I started paying myself, like actually cutting myself a check, a W-2. I was doing it all wrong. Boy, my tax lady got on me so bad because I could have got her in trouble because I didn't know how I needed to be set up. I was set up wrong. And I'm sitting here cutting me a check, and the whole time I'm set up wrong. Ain't even supposed to be cutting no check. Didn't know it. But I didn't have nobody there to teach me neither. You know what I mean? But I learned the hard way, you know. But it's like, you know.
Something else I see, and I'm gonna just use the TikTok avenue because that's where a lot of our communication comes from nowadays.
Yeah.
But as a veteran driver, and I mean, I've seen the three of y'all in panels and on lives and stuff, and I know what y'all stand for. I know what you speak. But you get a lot of these cats that come into this game for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, and they think they got it all figured out, and nobody's correcting that. Nobody's being giving them the blunt side of this.
They don't want to
seem
hear
all
it.
peaches and cream, and everybody that's. What'd you say? I didn't hear what you said.
They gave it to them. They just don't want to hear it. They don't. It's in one ear, not the other.
Some of
them, I give it to them free every week.
Because people make it so easy and inevitable that you can make money doing this, and we all get it. You can make money doing this, but there's also failures and setbacks with this that nobody's talking about. They show them the glory side and not the downside.
Yep.
Yeah. That's true. I definitely agree with that. That's like the same term. As soon as they hear that you are owner operator or just a truck driver in general, everybody just think you're rich.
Well,
Nah,
I'll tell you
you know what I mean?
My second truck was a 2000 W9. I bought it out of Tampa, Florida. Um, I drove down there overnight to go get it. I bought that truck in April of '04.
Mm-hmm.
By Thanksgiving of that same year, I put a transmission in it. $11,000, 18 speed,
Yep.
Atlanta, Georgia. Had to catch a bus home for Thanksgiving, and then I flew back to go get the truck. Um, the following summer of the next following year, I had to rebuild the motor. You know what I'm saying? That's $22,000 right there. In a truck that I didn't even pay that much money for, but because I didn't know, I just wanted what I wanted. I didn't do the homework. I didn't do the research. I didn't listen to nobody. I was just like, man, I got my money. This is what I'm gonna do. I had that cachet, but I was doing it the wrong way. I didn't
So let
listen.
me ask Truck Trapping and tweak this with the lanes you guys run, especially in the home delivery. I mean the home goods delivery. How many people have you seen get into your line of work and realize that it wasn't what they thought it was?
Oh, I
Mm,
see it all the time.
Yeah, I done seen
yeah.
many. I done hired some.
Mm.
Shoot. I'm just being honest. I mean, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I gave this information away last night to a young lady, and I need all new drivers to understand this. These mega carriers, they out here to use you, but you got to use them as well. You got to use them to get to where you need to be, where you don't need them anymore.
Stepping
And I
stone.
tried,
There you
exactly.
go.
And so you got to get the experience. They got something you need, but you got something they need as well. You the one hold that CDL. You the one got to get behind that seat and move that freight. So at the end of the day, you got to use them like they use you. So that's where that arrogance do come in. But at the same time, you got to understand something. You catch more flies with sugar than you do with salt. So it ain't gonna help you none to sit there and argue and fuss at their dispatchers. You knew what you should have known what you was in for in the beginning. Because it ain't nothing but two things you need to know about trucking. You need to know the business side and you need to know the rules of the road. Other than that, everything else is trial and error. You gonna hit somebody gonna hit you, you gonna rub up against something, and that's the only thing that's gonna teach you is to be careful. Because you ain't gonna want to keep spending that money for them deductibles. I
Not
Nope.
promise you.
tweak, not tweet. The reason why I asked you that too because with Truck Trapping, I mean it's a whole hazmat thing. With you, it's a whole labor thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
And when they got
What truck trapping do, I commend them. Me personally, I
mm-hmm,
couldn't do it.
mm-hmm.
No,
I feel
I
like that's
couldn't do what
dangerous.
you do because you got
Is
more
that and
responsibility.
see that's what
But
thing
but your
that's one
but yours
thing
is
that's one
dangerous.
thing I know. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but it's
see that's
dangerous
one
when you get in the truck anyway, period.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
but you
dangerous
got a
during just
whole
the
nother
drive.
dangerous thing. Somebody could be driving by you smoking a cigarette, just flick it out, and it
Yeah,
was no fault of
yeah,
yours.
yeah,
And see that's
yeah.
what that's what veterans see that's what a lot of these young drivers don't have is what you just exuded and what Truck Trapping just exuded was respect for each other's lanes.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Because I can look at even with all of the experience, all of the things I done drove, I can look at Tweet and what he do and say, bro, I ain't shit, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
But you know the crazy thing about this is everybody in these four boxes has moved before. All
Yeah,
of y'all have moved
yeah.
before. All
And
of
I
y'all
hate
Yeah,
have
it.
but I
gotten it.
can't do
And
it
I
every
hate it.
Hold
day.
on, hold
I
on.
I
hate
Hear
can't
it.
me
do it
out.
every
Hear me
day.
out. Hear me out.
But
All of
it's
y'all
different
have
when you
went and got
get
a
paid to do
U-Haul.
it, though.
All of y'all have went and got a U-Haul and got
Yeah.
some buddies to come over and help you
Yeah,
move from one place to another place.
yeah, yeah.
That's what I do, and it's fun. We get out there. Listen, it's some days it's better than some, and some days it's harder than some. But I get out there. I work with the same guys all the time. We get out there and we laugh, we joke, we clown. My
Yeah.
shippers, customers, they're in the driveway dancing to the music we playing. In the summertime, we got the cooler full of drinks. They ordering sandwiches. We make it into a love fest, man. It actually turns out to be a good day. while you're doing hard work. So it's the same thing as if Josh called me up and be like, hey, Tweet, man, I'm moving. Can you come by today and help me move this sofa down the stairs to my other place? It's just like calling your homeboys up and moving. That's all it is. But some
But
people
you
get all
said
in
the key word, hard work. I'm 50 years old. My batteries are dying. You don't turn the radio up when your batteries dying.
but truck trapping. Listen, you said something else. You said something else a second ago. Business.
Yeah.
When you get to a certain age in the household game, you let the money that you make work for you.
Bingo.
You learn to hire the guys that can handle the job, but you're on the job supervising. You can't pull up to a shipper's house and tell the guys to have at it, and you go sit in the truck and play on your phone all day.
Yeah. Now, one thing I seen about Tweet went live one day, and he was inside the house, and I can paint. Let me paint this picture for what I seen, and what he's talking about now. At 51 years old, I get into the line of his business. Oh, I've been in his business. Now my body can't do what I used to do when I was 24 or 18. So now I'm making money. I'm in the lane. And instead of me being greedy and saying I'm going to break my body down even more and trying to keep more of that money, now I'm in a position where I make money. I can go employ and get somebody else on their feet and put money in their pocket and help them make $60,000, maybe $50,000, $40,000, or $80,000 a year, helping me to load these trucks. Because what I'm going to do as an owner, I own this truck. So when I pull up to a house, I'm going to go walk into this house like it's mine. I'm going to handle your furniture like it's mine. I'm going to handle your property like it's mine. So I'm going in here, I'm making sure that I break down your furniture, piece it together, and wrap it up the way I seen Tweet doing. And then those guys that I'm paying, hey, y'all be careful with that. That's really fragile. Right. I done packed it up the way I need to do it. Everything that I see that's really fragile, I go in and I pack it up, break it down, put the legs together, break the chairs down, break the table down. Whatever needs to be broke down, it's already broke down so that I know as an owner and as somebody who's employing these guys that, hey, that's been packaged right. But see what I'm saying?
The thing, man, I was
always taught less work, more money. That's how you be successful. So that's just the. Go ahead.
The thing is though, like a lot of people, they are scared of the work though. You know what I'm saying? They seem like a lot. They literally think this. You're supposed to just drive. You're supposed to just drive. No. I'm gonna get rich just by driving. They're scared of the work. And I'm telling you, because I've seen people, they can struggle and struggle. And you can say, hey, you know what? If you go over there, you ain't gonna struggle no more. They ain't.
So, Tweet, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, Tweet. How do you go about finding a crew? And how long have you and your crew? Because I know once you get a crew, you stick with them because you know y'all understand each other. Y'all know what y'all understand what y'all need to do. How long did it take you for the crew that you have now? How long did it take you to get them and all of you guys get on the same page? And how often do you have to replace somebody?
My guys out here in Southern Cal, I've been using them for the last maybe 8 years. My crew over in DC, I've been using them. I just actually switched crews in DC. I've been using them maybe 2 years now. My North Carolina crew, that's home base for me, so they've been with me forever. Yeah. And social media has.
So the way it works, you got a crew in each state, wherever you going. Okay, all right, okay, go ahead.
So social media has made finding the crews thing very, very accessible because they're able to advertise their work, show their craft, all that kind of things. And I don't discriminate against people, but I rather use my Spanish guys. Just my preference. My Spanish guys, they're gonna show up on time. They're gonna be in uniform. They're gonna bring their own lunches. They're not gonna hassle my customers for tips and all that kind of stuff. No disrespect to anybody else, just my preference. They're
They
gonna
gonna
be
work and take less smoke
and they
breaks.
gonna work.
No,
they're
that's
gonna they're
it.
gonna they're gonna be they're gonna be at the corner of where I make my first turn at to tell me how to do this and how to do that, how to set the truck up, if I can make it around this car. They're gonna have all that laid out before I even pull up. And then on top of it, once I set the air brakes and I'm ready to go to work, they standing there waiting on me to unlock the trailer and have at it.
So let's jump into this real quick, and this for the whole box. We got a question from the comment section. It says, "What with what you know now, would you do it all over again?"
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's for everybody.
This has been a fun ride for me. I mean,
Most
it's coming
definitely.
to an end. Eventually, it's gonna come to an end, and I'm gonna grace somebody with the knowledge that I got. Well, I try to anyway. I try to grace people with the knowledge of what I got in my business all the time. But like most people say, it's the work. The work scares them, so they don't want it. But if I could show them the ending result of that work, it would probably change their mental. But I'm not gonna do that because I want you to love what it is that you're doing. Because there's never a job. You never go to a job if you love it.
Say that. It's not a job.
Go ahead,
anymore.
everybody else. Everybody else. Josh,
I mean, I definitely agree with that, man. But like I said, I wouldn't be able to say that I've been doing the same thing for 10 years if I didn't have some kind of feeling about doing it. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't like it, I definitely wouldn't be able to sit here and tell you, oh yeah, I've been here 10 years. If I didn't like doing it. If you don't like your job, you're gonna stay there 10 years not liking your job.
Bingo.
Truck trapping. Would you do it all over again? The way you did it, would you change something, or would you do it all over again? Go back into it.
I would change some things, but I tell you what, if I knew then what I know now, I would have never went to that cage, and I'd be retired already.
But that cage
I'd be
made you who you
retired
stand
already.
to be right now.
Yeah,
That
you
was
ain't
that was
never
a part of your
lying.
book.
Yeah.
A part.
Hey,
Whatever.
because check this out. Check this out. I stand before you. I did 10 and a half tight. 10 and a half tight. And look where I am now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'm not even supposed to have a CDL. I'm not even supposed to have a CDL.
Why? Tell them why. Tell them why. Tell them why.
I caught a federal trafficking charge, 23 ounces of crack cocaine. And nobody told me I couldn't get a CDL. I mean, I was talking to other cats inside that was in there with DWI convictions and this and that or what have you. And they would tell me, look, if you want to, if that's why I named my company Truck Trapping, because what I was doing in the streets is the same thing I'm doing with these trucks.
Why you think I named my podcast Freight Trapping?
I just try to get people to understand. I break things down. I break things down for young cats to understand this, and I break it down to a street level. But the streets didn't change. These youngsters' mentality ain't like ours coming up. If you hungry, when we was coming up, if you hungry, you're gonna learn a certain skill set, whether it be right or wrong. You're gonna learn a certain skill set, and you're gonna feed your family. Well, these cats want everything to just be placed in their hand, and they want you to grab their hand and walk them through it. I'm not a babysitter. I'm an owner operator. I mean, if I can do it, you can do it. It ain't no excuses. Because like I said, I came from nothing, didn't have nothing, and didn't think I would ever have nothing. Truthfully, I was $50,000 in the hole in back child support when I got out of prison. These trucks changed my life, got me out of that hole. I lost everything twice in 2 marriages. I went back and got that again. Right now, I'm building a company for my wife. And that way, if she decides she want to go her separate way, take your trucks and go ahead. Just leave mine alone.
All right,
I'm not gonna lose again.
Let me field a couple of questions out of the chat. Tweet, Mother Trucking Mom said, "Do you train people?"
Drive wise, absolutely not. I couldn't stomach somebody not being able to drive with me. I couldn't do it. My craft, I do in a sense. Sometimes I tell my guys to send somebody out that's fresh, brand new, so they can work with a driver of substance. Listen. what I do should be started on the local level. Go to a local moving company and start as a day one. You know what I'm saying? Because what I'm doing is so different than picking up a set of Legos and build something.
Right.
So I show stuff. I do, try to, give my craft to somebody if they'll listen, if they're teachable. I put it like that. If you're like a coach may say, if you're coachable, I take you to the ship. I'm trying to get you to the NFL. And that's how I feel. But if you're not coachable, I'm not the one you want to come.
All right,
Like
we
I
got
said,
it.
I tell you, man, I suck at training. Like I get
I
frustrated
do
too
too.
quick. You know what I'm saying?
Let me
Like,
say this here. Training is not for everybody. That's why I say it's so many things to do in transportation that everybody don't have to step on everybody. I love to train. I love to teach. I love to see people who don't know nothing now when they get through rolling with me, they know enough to get them to a truck trapping or get them to a tweak. Because I guarantee you, if they went through me for any extended period of time, they gonna know it. You gonna be like, okay, you good. So let me pour into you what I got. Now I don't have to start from scratch with you. I don't have to start from one. I can start at least 6 because I know it's hard to start at 1 from somebody. You did what I'm saying?
But hey, let me say this, Freight.
Mm-hmm.
I saw something in Maryland. I said this on a live earlier. I saw something in Maryland that in my years of driving, I've never seen. I physically saw a trainer in a truck stop having his trainee back into different spots for hours. Back into the spot, pull out, drive all the way back around the truck stop, come back to another spot, back in, pull out, drive around, go to another stop. Because the driving the truck forward isn't the problem. It's always been backing. There's never enough educational time spent on backing.
that's the kind of trainer I would want.
Absolutely.
That's all I do. Bro, that's all I do. I know you know how to exit and enter a highway. I know you know how to hold on to that wheel and keep it in between those two lines. I know you know how to keep it in a straight line going forward. I need for you to back up for a whole mile backwards.
Yeah.
And keep it in a straight line. I need for you to do a 45. I need for you to do a blind side. And when I get into it, that's what we do. But let's jump into this question real quick. Truck trapping. How did you get into hauling jet fuel? That's a question from Mother Trucking Mom.
Well, I was in the oil field first. I was working in the oil field, and as like you said earlier, you don't think that money gonna end. I was Puff Daddy. I was in the oil field. I bought 2 day cabs, a brand new Mercedes, and then the oil field bottomed out.
What
The
you say?
oil,
You were
I
Puff
was
Daddy.
Puff Daddy. Yeah, I was in the club. I'm popping bottles. I was seeing good money in the oil field. I mean, the oil was going at $100 a barrel. Gas prices was through the roof. The oil field was paying good. I was seeing anywhere between 8-9 grand a week, easy. And I wasn't hauling but maybe 2 loads a night, 5 days a week. Sometimes you
Oh,
get paid 14 hours just to be on standby, and that's when they couldn't pull oil. So I was like, I was loving life. I was in the club popping bottles. I bought me a couple of trucks, and I was tossing the money out the window frivolously because I knew I was gonna get some more
You
the
can
next
get
day.
right back.
Man, came back to work and they started laying people off, and I just dropped to my knees. My mouth fell wide open. I didn't know what to do. I had a $780 car note. I had 2 daycares I had to pay for, and then one of them, the turbo had just went out. I was so thankful that hurricane hit Houston. Like I say, I was the first person probably to call the insurance company. Hey, it just started raining. I seen lightning. Y'all want to send a check? I, you know, it was by the grace of God that saved my life. And ever since I say I got to put something up, that was it. That was it. I had to put every dime up from that point on because I would never go through that situation ever again.
But see, let's talk about it. So I think with the industry now, a lot of the new people they come in and that's the first thing they want to do. They feel like this is the industry to make money. So I feel like right now, and everybody wants to make money, but I don't think they realize what it takes to make the money. And like we talking about, like what you do, Tweet, and what you do, Trap. But like you said, I don't think people realize how many actual avenues there is into this industry that can make you great money. And I don't think people realize what it takes to get to those
But
avenues
there's no
to make
difference.
that money.
There's no difference, Josh. Think
Dedication.
about it. Even what TrapN just
Dedication.
said, there's no difference. Check this. We get into this business, and the first thing we want to do, because some of us might not have seen the money that we can accumulate, so we're gonna
Right.
blow it. Somebody gonna get
Mm-hmm.
drafted in April to an NFL team. When he get that first contract, what he gonna do?
You
He
gonna
gonna go
blow
buy
it.
something.
Yeah, he about to go buy something.
There's no difference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We just
Mhm.
have to get here. We have
Yeah.
to listen, think, and learn.
Mm.
But like
Yeah.
Truck Trapping said, trial and error.
Trial and error. Like for me, for example, one thing I've always wanted to do, which I didn't do, which I wish I would have done. I always wanted to get into heavy hauling. I always wanted to do heavy hauling. But one thing that I didn't do, which I wish I would have done when I first came into the game, would have got into flatbed. Because by now, this conversation would be different. You know what I'm saying? I'll
I'm
be
gonna show
talking
you
about,
something
hey
though,
man, I just
Josh.
put a 150,000 pound load cross Texas some daggone where by now. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm gonna show you something though, Josh. You
what's
got.
that?
I ain't mean to cut you off, but just like he haul furniture, and I do jet fuel, and even in heavy hauling. This something I didn't learn until maybe about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I jumped into jet fuel because I said it make the most money, this and that. But if you sit back and you look at everything, every avenue in the trucking industry, at the end of the year, all of them gonna equal out the same thing. Because I'm gonna show you why. My my insurance is a whole lot higher than regular insurance. Even
I
though
was
I'm
just
getting
finna
paid,
ask you that. I was
a
just
certain
finna
amount
ask
of
you that.
money, my insurance is a whole lot higher. And then I got to have bonding insurance and all these
Mm-hmm.
different types of insurances.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I got like how people like some truck drivers got a maintenance account. I got to put an account to the side just in case I have a spill because I got to pay for that out of pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day, it all pans out about the same thing. But the reason I looked at it in jet fuel is because I was getting older, and I don't do no work. All I do is pull up to the they fuel me and they offload me. I don't have to do nothing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just drive the
Mm-hmm.
truck. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
easy.
That's
Okay. Yeah.
that's
It's
that's why I
easy.
came about
Yeah.
that.
And see, you got to understand something in trucking also. When you set goals, you got to set goals for yourself. And
Hmm.
so I set goals for myself. And so at the age of 45, I said, "Yep." You know what I'm saying? It's time for me to come on off the road. That's it. It's
Mm.
over with.
But
I had a line haul going from running chemicals from Houston all the way to Long Beach. I did that until I was 46. And then I decided, okay, let me do something different. I started doing cryogenics. That's easy. But then I said, I
Mm.
need something else. I need something easier. And I,
so
I say, let's go. Okay, let's go LTL. So I got in with LTL. Uh, I don't never do nothing at work. So at the end of the day, so so no, but I do.
no,
I work hard, but I'm able to dictate how hard I work. Put
yeah,
it like that.
yeah.
I'm able to dictate it, and that's where you want to be. Truck Trapping dictated how hard he worked. Tweet
So
can dictate how hard he work or not work. Josh can dictate, and I think that's where you want to get in trucking, where you can dictate and you can live with however you dictate how hard you want to work. Go ahead, Josh.
so let's talk about this for a second while I got y'all guys, because I ran into this last when me and Tokyo we was together. We ran into this last Thanksgiving, and the dry van industry, they were doing terrible. They were doing real bad. And I was talking to a guy, and he was just complaining to me about how bad it was. And I just simply looked at him. I said, well, have you thought about doing something different?
You just got that question.
So what?
You just got that question.
The question just popped up. Mark Welpin said, "Have you thought about doing something different after 13 years?" And before you answer that, I just want to say this here. I told Josh, and that's why he got these two gentlemen on. It was another gentleman that was supposed to be on. He's doing research through these two guys to see what he wants to do before he jump into it. A lot of people don't do that. Go ahead, Josh.
Before I answer that question, I talked to Buddy before he was supposed to come on, but he actually had an accident, and he was like, I don't know if it's gonna be done or not, But I didn't know if he could jump in the middle too. I didn't know, but
yeah, he can jump on anytime.
Okay, so, I mean, he might liable to jump in, but anyway, have I thought about doing something different? Yes, I have. I'm thinking about doing something different. Like you see, I'm talking to these guys now. I'm always thinking about doing something different, but to me, it's got to make sense. Like, it's got to make sense. It's got to be profitable. I can't see myself going backwards. Like I can't see myself going pulling a drive in and losing money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's not going to happen. So I got to do something different. Like what TrapN do. My thing with TrapN do was way back when. I always had that fear of the hazmat thing. I always had that fear, but I don't have that fear no more. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm actually looking into getting my hazmats and getting all them endorsements because I don't know which sector I'm gonna go to, but whatever it is, I got to be going forward and not backwards. You know what I mean?
All I can say is wherever you go, don't take them magnetic load locks with you.
Listen, no magnetic load locks. Guess what? I never had a freight claim, so they work.
It was the potatoes for me.
Exactly. I asked him. I say, Josh, how them two load locks gonna stop potatoes? He say they magnetic. I say, oh. I say, well, it must be something that's going on with the chemical, whatever makeup, because it got to be something going on between the starch and the magnetic to make them not be able to roll. I'll say, I'm gonna leave it alone though. I'm gonna let him have it.
He sold it though. He sold it. He had you listening. He had your attention.
Got your attention. Got your attention. Act that damn. That get them every time.
But I'm all about entertainment, man. I'm all about moving forward and all that old kind of stuff. So for me, my thing is with you three gentlemen in three different lanes and all of that. I want to know this. How often?
4 different lanes. Don't forget about yourself.
Oh shit! I'm the host.
But when I first started driving, this ain't what I wanted to do.
What you wanted to do?
I didn't want to do what I had grew up doing. I wanted to do something different. I was sold on the way TMC trucks looked. I wanted to go flatbed just because of the way they trucks look, but they wouldn't hire me.
Same thing. They wouldn't hire me though.
They wouldn't hire me.
I wanted to be Puff Daddy. Take that. I was out there. I was going to get it.
Hey, I should have known that was Tokyo back. I should have known
that was Tokyo.
No, I should have known. I shouldn't even put that comment up there. Oh God.
I thought you knew that was her.
You got my freight take more breaks than anybody I know. Yeah, I sure do. Hey, that's why I got to where I am. But see, that you said something that I preach on a lot. Tweet said that you gotta love what you do.
Yeah.
You gotta love what you do.
That way it's not a job. That way, it's not a job anymore when you love it.
Speak on how after 24 years, speak on how long you been doing jet fuel truck?
I've been doing jet fuel for roughly now 10 years. I've been in the trucking industry 17 years.
Speak on how much you have to love trucking in order to be doing it 24 years, 15 years, 19 years, however long. How much passion? I mean, how much love do you actually have to have for trucking to be doing it that long?
If you don't work, you don't eat. Eventually, it become a way of life. That's just it. You ain't gonna like doing what you're doing, but you're gonna like getting a check. You're gonna like paying them light bills and water bills and getting that out the way. You're gonna like being in your house sleeping comfortable at night.
Bruh,
So
let me tell you something, Chuck Chap, but I can't rock with you on that one because I'm gonna say this here. I know some dudes, they make good money, and because they can't sit there and watch what they wife doing or watch and see what they'll leave that job.
Yeah.
They'll leave that job. They'll leave
Really?
that job. I don't care how much I done seen white collar dudes have easy jobs, make good money, walk away. All because they're not able to keep tabs on what's going on at home.
That's
if I have to sit back and worry about a woman, then I can't worry about my pockets.
And
At the
that's
end of the
what I'm
day, that
saying.
woman
You
gonna
gotta,
walk away from
in,
you if you
in
ain't got the
order,
money anyway.
exactly. And
It
so
might not
you gotta, and for me, and like I was saying, you just answered it, but how important do you think it is to have a love for what you do, whether it's driving trucks, whether it's counting money, whether it's herbal remedies? You got to have how important is it for you to love what you do in order to make the money you want to make in any lane, in any industry, in anything? How important is that? Do you guys think?
I think it's I mean, to me. I feel like it's got to be important because this is a different lifestyle when it comes to trucking, and then
Hmm.
especially like with family and stuff like that. We sacrifice a lot, so you really gotta That's why I say if you in it solely just for the money, it may not work because you may not see the money that you think that you're gonna make. You know, and then you got a family, you got all this other stuff. Like you really gotta like what you're doing. You really gotta be in, you know what I'm saying, what you're doing to really what word am I trying to say? This is a lifestyle. You know what I'm
If
saying?
you yeah,
This is a
if you
I
worry
lifestyle.
got you.
about home, if you
I
worry
got
about
what you're
home all
saying.
the time, if you worry
Mm-hmm.
about home all the time, any industry ain't gonna be good for you.
What you think
You ain't
Right.
about
gonna
it,
be able to.
Tweet?
You ain't gonna be able to do your job thinking about home.
Yeah.
I I'm in a different kind of pattern though. What I do doesn't, cause I don't make my money for driving. My money comes from what's in the back of the trailer.
Hmm.
Rather I get it there today, rather I get the commodity there today, or I get it there next month, I'm gonna still make the same thing. Um, in the household game, we don't really do a lot of driving,
Right.
so I've fallen out of love with the trucking industry altogether a long time ago, long time ago. But I know I still got to drive this truck to get what I do have a passion for to the other side of the coast. So
Mm,
I guess it go
But
hand in hand.
mm.
I can't. But see. The thing with that, what you just said, yeah, I get what you're saying. But like the truck that you drive, you bought that truck for your comfort, right?
Yeah, but
You
look what I'm
love
doing
it.
right now. I'm sitting in it.
Yeah.
I ain't
But
driving.
so you can't really say like it's hard to say that. It's hard to say that, what I'm saying, you fell out of love with the trucking industry because like if that was the case, you wouldn't even buy that truck
It's just
that
so
you
many different stimulations in the trucking industry, and you got so many people that's coming in and they're watering it down.
yeah. I
You
could
know what I'm
definitely agree
saying?
with
Bingo.
that. It's been changed since I've been came in.
That's
It's
my
changed.
that's my point. It's watered down now. It's not
Mhm.
enjoyable.
Yeah.
Um, it's just the work part of my job is enjoyable.
Yeah.
So I look forward to that. It's the getting out on the interstate, driving beside somebody that probably just got their license yesterday. That's hard headed. That probably got they left foot sitting up on the dashboard with the phone in their
Mm.
right hand, driving. Got the music bumping, the seat laid all the way back to their bunk. That's not safe.
Right.
You
But
know what
like
I'm
it's like
saying?
with me, uh like the driving part, yeah, I'm gonna say
When I
I
started
don't like
driving,
driving.
you
I
you
like
didn't pass a truck that was broke down. You know what
huh?
I'm saying? You didn't when I started driving. If there was a truck on the shoulder, you might have seen 2 or 3 other trucks over there with him trying to
Help
figure out
him
what's
Stop
out.
it.
going
Yeah,
on.
help him out.
You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? Or they
Yep.
came on the CB and was like, driver, do I need to call somebody for you when I get to the next exit? Because once again, when I started driving, cell phones were just coming in. So we were still on borderline payphone trying to figure out how we gonna get here, how we gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? The CB was social media, but now a lot of people don't even carry a CB.
No, they don't. But
I get it that you don't want to hear the jibber jabber. I get it.
Yeah.
But like if I see a truck broke down, I still holler on the CB. You know, hey driver, you all right? You know, is anything I can help you with? You good? A lot of times they don't say nothing, but I still throw it out there. You know what I'm saying? Because I might have something that, you know what I'm saying, that could help them out. Maybe they need a little jug of water.
But then you got people like TrapN. I'm coming up on him, and I'm scared to pass him because he might go boom. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Man, you can't be that sensitive when it comes to hazmat. You ain't that sensitive.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something. What I haul
You
is
ever started a
kerosene.
fire in your backyard with a can of gas?
Kerosene is less flammable than gasoline. But that, you know what? I couldn't drop gas. I couldn't do dropping gas at the gas station because I see even when on my home time, they put them cones out there and them 4-wheelers come run right over the top of them cones. Just imagine you right out there with them cones. They're gonna run right over you.
But all right, but here's the thing. Like you know, you were saying, like, I don't like driving, but I do like nice things. You know what I'm saying? So in order for me to do what I do, or in order for me to have a nice looking truck, or in order for me, like the truck that I'm back there that I'm working on, I still got to drive and make some money. You know what I'm saying? So I still have to I still got a passion. And I know I still got to work to get to that level. So it's like, yeah, the passion of the driver may not be there, but I still love these trucks. Like, that's kind of like a hobby. You know what I'm saying? Just like people that work on cars and collect cars. It's a hobby. I enjoy that part of it. I still like nice stuff, like your truck. You like that truck. You go to work. You know what I'm saying? To get
Like I tell people, it's at the end of the day, it's a truck. I can have it today and it can be gone tomorrow.
That's true.
Let me tell you something. I love driving trucks.
I just like getting away from my kids so they can't ask me for nothing. No, I'm just saying what? What'd you say? I just like getting away from my kids so they can't ask me for nothing.
Hey, I think my kids start gathering, man. It's like Friday, they have a meeting. Daddy get paid Friday. I'm like,
there you go.
You need some shoes. All right, you get your shoes. You ask them for. I'm like, hey, oh, y'all come out
all
the
this
woodwork.
Technology, man.
So
I ain't in town. You can cash at me. No.
Quick.
So tell me one thing from you guys that would drive you out of trucking. Tell me something that will push you out of trucking.
If they don't do something about these brokers real soon, and I don't even deal with brokers, but I'm tired of it. It's not worth. Okay, I know tricks of the trade to get over on the broker, just like they getting over on you. I mean, it's street game 101. But is these brokers are taking this money, and they say it's supposed to be what 10%, 2%, something like that. They taking this money from these drivers. But do you honestly think you've earned this money? You sitting at your kitchen table with a laptop, sipping coffee, smoking cigarettes? Really? You honestly think you earned this money and you ain't do nothing but call a shipper? Really? Do you
I heard
honestly
something
think
yesterday.
you get a third of that?
They did
y'all three. This is an avenue for y'all three because I don't know because we get ours. But I heard somebody that does that's in the freight world, and they said the brokers don't give them the fuel surcharge.
Yeah.
I've heard,
this what they'll do. They'll cut their fuel surcharge. They'll give them a fuel surcharge, but they only give them a certain percentage. So
isn't that illegal?
Money. Yes, it's illegal, but who they don't have no broker police. Who gonna go
it's coming through. It's coming through now. Where
that's why they say we're supposed to get this broker transparency.
Yeah. They supposed to come through with a they got something in Congress right now on the books trying trying to streamline their broker, shipper, and dispatch. They trying to streamline that particular area because they've been. I mean, for long as I can remember, you know what I'm saying. They've been in control of what they can put the load on the board for. You know, versus what the shipper is asking. You know, will asking them to move the load for. You see what I'm
And I'm gonna
saying?
show you how that's
But
gonna
here's
work.
the thing, like what she just said, brokers really need to be phased out. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
But here's the thing about that is you really kind of need brokers. So if they phased out the brokers, everybody on this panel, we can run up to General Electric and try to go get a load. How's that gonna work out for us?
But why would you need them? I
Because
don't have a broker.
well, I mean, but you're in
I
the,
don't either.
you know, the
So what
thing.
I'm saying is, it goes back to what.
Truck trapping, you got a contract, and Tweet, you work directly with the moving company, with the
Yeah.
company. You, even though you're not an owner, I mean, even though you're not a company driver, you work directly with the ones who will get you what you need.
Absolutely.
See what
But
I'm
I'm gonna
saying?
show you what that bill you was talking about gonna create. You
the
ever been
thing,
to the park with your friends and one of them get pissed off and he leave? I'm leaving. Give me my ball. And then y'all, all the rest of y'all sitting around at the park. That's how that's gonna go down. The broker gonna sabotage that broker if they phase them at a certain percentage or phase them completely out. They're gonna sabotage the trucking industry. I
But
promise you that.
my
yeah,
thing is, like I said earlier, I'm the Frank Lucas of the moving business, right? I said that. If you remember the movie American Gangster, he said we going to the jungle. I'm going to the source.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
There you
Cut that
go.
middleman out of there.
As an owner operator, you should always be trying to secure a direct shipper.
well,
You
that's
should
like,
you should always be trying to get a direct contract that'll put you where you need to be. You
well,
know what I'm saying?
if you got your own authority, then yes, like what I do, I'm leased on to somebody. You know, they're clientele based. They're not really shipper based. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So it's a little different because they're clientele based. So you put your order in. Let's say you put your order in for some furniture or something like that. You live out in Colorado, but most likely I'm gonna be the one to deliver it to the store for you. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, at the same time, like when fuel goes up, we ain't talked about that. You tweet, like when fuel goes up like that, and that
My
fuel
surcharge
surcharge
go up.
goes up. You know what I'm saying? Guess who gets to
I
pay
don't
that?
care if it's $9 a
Ex-
gallon at the pump. I don't care because I mean
exactly.
the
Because
government gonna give it to me.
who
It's gonna
pays?
shoot my surcharge up.
Exactly.
Mm.
Right.
Because the clientele, the person on the other end, is the one that's going to pay us that fuel
Running
to
the
get that
bill.
stuff there.
But that's where
You
the
know,
But
business
see, that's
come
the
in at.
difference in the freight
That's
world. Like the freight world has the power to dictate so much,
mm.
but they all won't stand on one beat and come together. You know what I'm
It-
saying? Like when they do
bingo.
these
Hey,
strikes,
I'm glad he said that. I'm glad
when
he
they
said that.
do
Go
these
ahead. Go
strikes,
ahead.
people say, "Well, are you gonna strike with us?" I deal with personal people.
yeah,
I don't
it's
have an effect
different.
on what y'all are trying to get done.
The only way it
Well,
affects me is my backhaul getting back to North Carolina. See, I don't run
I
furniture back to North Carolina. I run potatoes back to North Carolina, as y'all know. They start making potatoes. I'm in the world of bad potatoes.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. That's one thing I've noticed. Truckers, a lot of truck drivers, they complain, they complain, they complain, they complain, but they'll never stick together. They'll never
No,
stand together.
That's the
But
problem.
everybody is complaining, but nobody want to stand together. And now I look at the situation as if because truckers was just like Masons. They was a brotherhood. It was a brotherhood. Like you say, if somebody broke down on side of the road, they're gonna pull over to help. If you didn't have no atlas and you was lost, you didn't know where you was going, you could always ask a driver. He gonna tell you
Let
how
me
to
tell
get
you
to us
something.
freeway by freeway.
Let me tell you when I think that changed. That changed in like 2008 when they stopped drilling.
Mhm.
Everybody started running lows for $200 $300, $400 under what they were normally running it for. And I think once those rates changed and they stopped drilling, and that happened in 2008, that made owner operators and people moving loads over the road be just like containers. I'm trying to go get that next load. I got to drop this to go. Well, you stuck? Okay, boom. If I can't get you on the CBO well, I got to get this load down here, get it dropped off so I can make sure that I can get the next back haul better than the next man. You see what I'm saying? And so I think that's when all of that changed from us looking out for one another, broke down on the road, another driver pulls over, because now I'm hustling and to get the better back haul than the next man. What y'all think?
Makes sense.
Well, in the tanker industry, we don't have backhauls. I mean, is especially in jet fuel, you don't have backhauls because you can't put just anything in that tanker.
Exactly. You got to go back
and you
with the
got to have a
same
steam washout.
thing.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. So I make sure they pay me well enough for that one run to know that I still got to bring that truck back this way. And
But
now by having government contracts, I just got fuel at 99 cents a gallon. So it don't matter what the fuel. I hear other drivers complaining. I can feel they pain because I was in their shoes, but now I'm not because I've learned the business. So and that's just what it is. It's a business. I know a lot of people. I enjoy driving trucks. I like going from state to state. I like spitting tobacco out my window at 80 miles an hour. I don't. It's all this different stuff they enjoy doing. But at the end of the day, you got in it for the money. So if you got in it for the money, then you got in it for the business. You ain't gonna open up a donut shop and don't know nothing about donuts. You understand?
Right.
You know the business, know your craft, and that's just
but
what it is.
now this is. I wish Andy was on here, but I'm gonna speak on the behalf of him with the towing industry. Because I just found this out. So,
Wow, man, dang! I wish he was on here, boy.
I wish he was on here.
Oh,
I just found this out. So, here's the
I
thing.
don't know nothing about no towing. I got a bunch of questions for a tow.
It is definitely, but it's definitely another industry that makes very good money. Dangerous, but very good, lucrative money. But here's the thing about that towing industry, right? That I found out. Let's say tweak your truck breakdown or a trap your truck breakdown. My truck breakdown. Let's say it breaks down in Hickory, North Carolina. It needs to be towed to Knoxville, right? So that's what about give or take 150 miles. Well, I charge $4 a mile, right? So they don't get backhauls. So what they do is they charge you $4 a mile, that 150 miles going that way, and you get to pay that $4 a mile, that 150 miles going back that way till he gets to his home terminal. So whatever it is that they charge, you getting charged both ways, whether he's taking something or not.
Yeah, I mean, and that's one industry that I don't. I mean, that's one lane that I have. You know, I got a lot of questions, and you know what I'm saying, because I want to know,
man.
That I want to know, and so at the end of the day, bro, that's. I mean, we'll get with him, and I'll get him on here because I want to know a lot of stuff.
Too.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
No. I require.
Hold on, let me send this. Maybe you missed the link like I did. Let me send that over.
I require 2 tow trucks.
Yeah, yeah. Cause you gotta unhook.
I require 2 tow trucks.
Yeah, you gotta unhook. He can't tow that. He can't tow your truck.
He can't tow me all together.
Yeah. He can't tow you like that.
That's getting ready to be.
That's I've already done it when my ECA brain went out in Hesperia, California. $2,500 to go 40 miles.
Yeah.
Is that a piece for both pieces?
I can fix mine on side the road. I drive a Freightliner. I can fix mine on side the road. Google Map, Google transmission. Google, I do a hard regen right there, and that's enough power to get me at least 20 miles to the next little pilot, flying J, whatever.
Yeah, I know that. I mean, that's really something that that I tell people all the time. This social media and this YouTube and Google and all of that, man, that has saved so many truck drivers money that want to save money. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Some truck drivers was lazy like me. I was like, shit,
Like
it
me.
break down. Shit, I
I'm
got
calling a mechanic.
yeah, I got
I ain't fixing
nationwide. I
nothing.
got nationwide roadside assistance. I'm finna call them real quick. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
might
I mean,
change the windshield wiper or
I'll
something
call a
like that, man.
mechanic
yeah,
too.
yeah.
But
I might do something simple like change the pigtail or something like that. But when it come
he just changed
when
it.
it come down to it, hey, what's going on under that hood? Oh, okay. One day, one of my EG, I met bro. This is the first time I ever heard a turbo pop. I
Yeah.
thought somebody shot my truck. I say, what the
Oh yeah.
hell? Then all of a sudden, it's about 5:30. It's dark, right? And then all of a sudden, I'm losing power. I'm like, why I ain't got no? I can't go above 40, right? I'm like, what the hell? So then, when it started getting light, I'm still putting down the highway. I look up at the
Smoke,
smokestack.
oil.
I say, ah man, it's black as I don't know what. I'm leaving a smoke signal like a mug. So, of course I made a phone call to one of my little old mentors and told him what had happened. He said, "Ah man, you didn't pop your turbo, man. You need to get to a lick. You ain't gonna have no power, but you need to go get your hose changed." So that's when I first learned about turbos and EGR valves and all that old kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you learn about all of that stuff through trial and error, but it's a shock when it happened. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
So Josh, truck trapping man, tweet man, we gonna have to do this again. We about an hour and a half in. Josh, you got anything else you want to ask them brothers?
Nah, man. I mean, it was pretty good chopping it up with them, man. Like I say, you know, getting different viewpoints of the
Cause I
industry.
know, yeah, cause I know truck trapping on the road, and I know Tweet he out there doing this thing. He rocking. He looking like he needs to go take a nap. So, but I want to say this here to you two brothers, man. I appreciate you guys giving Josh our time, coming on, answering questions, having a good time on the podcast, man, and just just giving us time out of your Sundays, man. Anything y'all want to lead these young drivers with before I let you guys go, cause I like I said, I know y'all out there on that highway, me and Josh at home. So
Hey,
Man, I appreciate the opportunity, the platform. Keep doing what you're doing for sure. I mean, keep paving the way for the listening ear, for the ones that want to consume what you got going on, what you're saying. Truck trapping, I hear you on lives all the time, man. Continue to set your foundation and your base and let your voice be heard. Josh, you already know what it is,
Oh
but stay away from
yeah.
them baby oil bottles, man. I mean, the way you turn that neck, stay away from that. But that's it, man. I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah. I appreciate you coming up.
truck trapping.
Track trapping.
I all I want the youngsters to understand. A lot of people out here giving y'all information for free,
Yeah.
and everything that shine ain't gold. Because I hear a lot of owner operators that's been in the game for a minute, and they tell these young drivers, "You don't want to be no owner operator. You don't want to be no owner operator." When they tell y'all that, tell them sell their truck and come be a company driver with you and see how fast that happens.
Exactly.
They need to stop giving them this false information and false courage. And don't think you finna get into the business and think you finna make 100 to 200,000 your first year. Don't even think you finna make that your first, second, or third year. But I promise you, if you go and follow the right formula, I promise you, you'll see it 4 5 years up the road, and you'll see it consistently. But you gotta be dedicated to it. You can't be worrying about home. You gotta go out there and get the bag and then come back and secure home. My woman tend to love me. She loved me to death, and I'm married, and my wife loved me to death, but she loved me a whole lot more with a Bentley in the driveway. I'm just
Yep.
telling you. I'm
Yeah.
just using that as an example. I'm just
Yeah.
using. I ain't got no
Yeah.
pictures,
Example.
but I'm just
Yeah.
using that as an
But I
example.
understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I get
They
what he's
love you
saying.
more when
She'll
you're
love you a
able to
whole
say,
lot more with that diamond ring on her finger
baby,
and all the
That
let's
wheels
get up.
security,
painted.
Let's
the
get up and go
security,
out to eat.
There you
Let's
go.
get up and do
provide,
this
protect,
here.
and secure.
Right.
There
Exactly.
you go.
Say, man,
And
tweet. and truck trapping, bro. I didn't already y'all been having the calendar in y'all DMs for I don't know how long. I need to
That had
get
the
y'all.
calendar, they ain't came up yet.
Nah, they ain't scheduled it yet,
Well,
bro. Y'all
that
can,
made me feel special. I got the
yeah.
boys to come
You
up.
got them. You got them to come up
I
here.
feel special.
You got them to
I
come up here, bro.
mean,
But I
music
need
my
I
man.
need you two guys to go in and set a date, cause I want to dig a little bit deeper with y'all. I'm finna dig into Josh in a minute, but I want to dig in a little bit deeper with you two guys because like I say, I'm gonna put these stories out here. I'm gonna put the truth out here. I ain't trying to sugarcoat. I know y'all ain't finna sugarcoat nothing. And as you can see, it ain't nothing about digging in your pockets or nothing like that. I'm just giving out good information, good
Yeah.
game
Yeah.
I'm
to
gonna do
this
you
to
one
this
better
trucking
than that.
industry.
I'm gonna do you one better than that. I want you to take your podcast on the road. I'm gonna give you one of them 15 grand loads from Houston to California. You just set up your camera and ride. And that if that ain't proof, that ain't proof nothing is. I ain't finna I ain't got time to be digging in papers and doing this and doing that. That's for
Yeah,
when I get
yeah.
audited. I'm gonna give you one of the
Hey,
loads
Josh.
and show
When
you
I
for
get out of
yourself.
it.
Hey, Truck
Hey,
Trap, let
Josh.
me
You
tell
know
you
what I'm
something.
saying?
I already told my wife. I said if I ever leave FedEx and if I ever do something else, boy, you don't hey, bro, you don't understand
I'm gonna make you
how.
leave FedEx when I show
Hey,
you show
hey,
you the rates that I'm running these
hey,
loads for. You gonna be like, man, why am I messing with FedEx?
hey. Well, let me tell you something. The reason why I am where I am right now because I got a 4-year-old son, and
Gotcha.
I'm not finna be out. I'm doing
Yeah.
this way I am
That
right
makes
now
sense.
for him, right?
I
But if and when I get ready to move around, bro, I love that run from Houston to Long Beach. I ain't
I
scared of
got
none
I
of
got
that.
loads run from I got loads from
I ain't
Pasadena to
scared of
San
none of that,
Antonio,
bro. I
at
leave.
Fort Sam
Hey,
Houston, Pasadena
I love
what's the
tankers.
Army base up off of 35, Fort Hood.
Yeah,
Kalina.
Fort
I
Hood.
got little yeah, Khalid.
Hey,
I got loads that run there. You home every
hey,
night and still
hey.
walk away with about 2,500 a night.
Look here.
So, hey, when you ready, you come talk to me. I just want you to bring
I
your
got your
camera
phone
because I
number. You
might be
just
interested in making movies too. No, I'm just playing. I'm just kidding. I'm just
okay.
kidding.
So
I don't
so
want
so
nobody to know me, man.
so check this out. I need to for you and tweet get out of here, man. Drop your social media, how people can get in contact with you. As a matter of fact, while y'all doing that, I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. And if anybody in the chat want to come up and give kudos to any of these guys, give them their flowers. If y'all want to come up and ask some questions, I just dropped the link, and all you got to do is just click the link, and I can bring you in. So go ahead and drop your social media and let them know how you guys can be followed. I start with Truck Trap and let him drop all of his, and then tweet you drop yours.
Okay, you can follow me at I'm on TikTok. You can follow me at Truck Trapping on TikTok because some of y'all got some insight that can help me with this social media. I'm new to it, but I mean, I go on TikTok and I go live and I explain and I give a lot of people a lot of free game stuff that other drivers charging you for. I'm giving it to you for free. It's up to you to take it and do what you can with it. But you can follow me on TikTok. Just jump in my DM. I'll slide my phone number over and this and that or whatever, and we talk, consult one on one. But for the most part, I deal with a lot of people that's hungry, that want to go get it, because at the end of the day, that's to seem like the people that's willing to learn. If you got some youngsters out here that's driving trucks, oh, I want to make this, I want to make that, you wouldn't even know what to do with that. So
Mhm.
the point is, I like to deal with an older group, somebody that's been doing it for a minute, this and that, and they ready to make a career change. Well, not really so much a career change, but to dedicate themselves to what I'm doing. Because if you're gonna dedicate yourself, no matter what you do, no matter
Mhm.
whatever field in the industry, if you
Mhm.
dedicate yourself, you're gonna make money in it, no matter what it
Mhm.
is.
Mm.
So that's Truck
Yeah.
Trapping on TikTok. You ain't got that's on your. You got Instagram, Facebook, anything like that.
Truck trapping, or us in a truck, because as well, my
Us in the
wife,
truck.
she just got her CDL. She's a registered nurse. She just actually I made her quit her
Okay.
job. Well, I didn't make her quit. I told her she didn't have to work if she didn't want to. And then when I came home,
Yeah.
we got married on my birthday, and she whipped out a CDL on me, and it was nothing else I could do but become her trainer. So
Mhm.
I mean,
uh,
and
Mhm.
that's just what it is.
That's
So
what it is.
if right now is the time, if you want to learn something and be mentored, right now is the time because I'm starting at ground level with my wife. I can walk you through it as I go through it. You can see it hand in hand. But once I get so far up the ladder, I can't come back down the ladder and come get you. So if you
Right.
want to know and you serious about it, hey, hit me up in my DM. I'm on TikTok once every 9 days because the 8 days in between are suspended. I been said something I ain't got no business saying. But if you follow truck trapping on TikTok, you can slide in my DM or whatever. I send you my number. You can call me and we FaceTime, however you want to do it, and we'll consult 1-on-1. And I don't charge nothing from nobody because I don't want your money. All I want you to do is be honest with me and be straight with me. And if you be straight with me, I'm gonna be straight with you, and I'm gonna show you how to get the money. That's it.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
That's
There he
all.
is, truck trapping. Hey man, appreciate you coming through, man. I know you on that road, man.
Man,
You
I'm at this
definitely.
truck stop. I done seen this guy hit this truck twice, backing into the same hole.
No.
After I hit him once, I would have moved around and parked on the other side.
All
He hit
right,
him
come on,
twice.
tweet. Come on,
Hey,
tweet.
before I get to that, Josh.
Yeah.
The three of us must go to the same barber, so you need to join the hair club,
I
dog.
get ready to say, I'm about to, man, because I can't get my barber
Hey,
cut nothing.
hey,
Man,
the bald head and the beard, boy, that's what's popping
Yeah.
out these
there
hoes,
it
man.
is. There it
You
is.
better you better get you better get with it or get left behind.
Hey,
But
hey, tweet. Hey, tweet. I just took mine down to your level. You know what I'm
oh
saying?
yeah,
Yeah,
I just took mine down.
I'm
It
trying
was
to go
big. I
mine
cut it
out
down
more.
too.
yeah.
Yeah,
Every spring, man, I take it down so that new growth can come on back. So I can try to at least.
yeah.
I'm trying. If I ever get to the level of truck trapping, I ain't gonna mess with it no more. But I'm steady trying to get.
I'm trying to get dreads, but I got poodle hair, so it won't never knot up. No, I'm just I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm
Hey,
joking.
you
I'm
know what you?
joking.
Hey, you know what you need to do. You know what you need to do.
Yeah,
put that lotion on there.
that
There it
It'll
is.
curl
moisturizer.
it up.
There you
That
go.
Come
moisturizer.
on, tweet. Come
Let
on,
the
tweet.
soul
Oh
glow.
yeah, so my 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 social media platform is super easy, man. Mr. Tweet 910. Mr. Tweet 910. You find me on all my social media platforms. One name. So it's almost like one band, one sound.
One
Mm.
band, one sound.
That's me.
Hey, Ms. Will Ross say congratulations to truck trapping wife on obtaining her CDL. Yes, congratulations on that. Hey man, once again,
Already.
I want to say, man, thank you guys for tapping in with us tonight. Hey man, I know y'all on the road. Hey man, salute, be safe, and you know we gonna be in contact. See, this is the TikTok family, y'all. This is what I got on TikTok for,
Yeah.
is to connect with other drivers and build a whole connection to where, you know what I'm saying, each one teach one. Somebody need to eat. Somebody might, want to, hey man, you come over here and eat with me, just like Truck Trapping said. Hey man, this is the whole reason I got on TikTok and got connected with these guys. So hey man, appreciate you guys. Be safe out there. And don't forget, go in and hit that calendar for me one time.
Already.
Hey, I appreciate y'all
Man,
coming up. I
you
appreciate
just
y'all
let me
going.
know and I tell you my availability, just like he did
No,
this
hey,
time.
hey, look on that calendar. I don't care
It's
how
it's
far out
it's
it
hard
is.
it's hard for me to say it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm gonna
Like,
put. Okay, I
but I
got you.
know. But you
I'm a.
do mostly Sundays, right?
Yeah, every Sunday.
Every
Yeah.
Sunday.
So
Every
I'm
Sunday.
basically, if I'm not driving, I'm parked on a Sunday. I don't really do no working.
Okay, so guess what I'm gonna do for you then? I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna put your name on the date, and I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay.
I tell you,
There you go.
Okay. Bet. Bet.
y'all
Hey
be
man,
good, man.
appreciate y'all, man. Have a good
All
night,
right,
bro.
Josh,
Y'all
truck
be
All
trapping.
easy.
right, man.
And you
I
can lock
appreciate
me
y'all
in
coming
anytime
up,
after
man.
tomorrow, because I'll be suspended the rest of the week on TikTok.
Hey,
And one
but
thing
this
about
YouTube,
YouTube,
so
they
you
can't
ain't suspended
suspend you.
on
You
YouTube.
can't
This
suspend you
There
on
you
YouTube.
go.
YouTube.
Hey man,
Y'all
y'all
be
be
good.
safe, bro. We see y'all later.
All
All
right.
right, man. Be easy.
Peace.
See.
All right, Mr. Josh.
What's going on?
Let me ask you a question, bro.
All right. Let's do it.
So what exactly do you do? What exactly do you do when it comes down to? Because I know you said you move furniture, and then when you get to where you're going, what you say you do? What?
All right. So basically, what I do is I move furniture, like I say, move furniture. So the best way to break it down is like I go to the mom and pop store. I go to a lot of the little stores, the little furniture companies like that. And what we do is we take the furniture and we tailgate it to, the back of the trailer. And they usually have people to come get the furniture and take it inside the stores or whatever the case may be. Unless they got a dock, like on my TikTok, that was one of the customers. They had a dock. We actually unloaded that whole trailer. But
so basically, you do what I do, but you do it over the road.
yeah, it's basically
Okay.
LTL, but it's the furniture style of the LTL. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
It's the
right.
furniture
Gotcha.
style of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's the
Gotcha.
same. That's the best way to look at it. It's the same thing, except I'm doing furniture. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying?
Gotcha. You got it. Matter of fact, you got one commodity versus me. I might have
You might have anything.
10 or 12 different
Yeah.
commodities, motors,
Yeah.
all of that, but you do strictly furniture.
Yeah, I do strictly furniture.
Okay.
That's what
Okay.
it's
So once you get all of your furniture off and you done and you now waiting, you're waiting for a back haul. You say you mostly go get potatoes.
Yeah, that's about all we do is potatoes, man. That's really all we do is potatoes. Every once in a while, you get some onions or something, but it's potatoes. And then we have even with the potatoes, we got a couple direct contacts that we deal with the potatoes. But every now and again, our customer don't need potatoes, so we have to go through a broker. That's why I knew what he was talking about when it comes to the broker. And even when we deal with a broker, it's still potatoes. And that's how we know how much money we leaving on the table, because the brokers that we deal with, let's say the unload that would normally pay, like let's just throw a number out. I know that would normally pay $5,000 directly to us, to the company, not to me, to the company.
Right.
I get a percentage of that. You know what I'm saying? But I can go through the same broker, same load, and they're gonna cut it down to like 3,000.
Oh,
Now,
say, hey, you missed it. We got into it earlier, but Will Raw want to know where can she purchase those magnetic load locks. I have been
I
looking
told you
everywhere
I'm
for
the
them.
only one that's got them load locks. I ain't put them on I told her I have not put them magnetic load locks on the market yet, because once I
It's
put
over.
them magnetic load locks on the market,
You're a billionaire.
people CSA scores is gonna start coming down and everything. Your lumper fees are gonna come down because you ain't got produce all over your trailer no more.
Hey guys, once again, let me repeat this. I put the StreamYard link in the comment section. If you guys want to come up and talk or whatever, ask Josh some questions or ask me some questions, all you gotta do is click that link and then you will be in, and you can ask your question and then dip right on out. So if you don't feel like typing, just click that little old link and we here. So Josh,
Yes, sir.
you said you were looking forward to doing something different.
Yeah.
This was the first. Well, I'm not gonna say the first step, but this was one of the steps. Was to tap into some of the other drivers and get their aspect on some of the lanes you might be thinking about driving. So, what's your goal in doing something different? Because I know you're saying, what's your goal? You got a time stamp on it? How long you want to do that? What's your goal with that?
I'm not gonna necessarily say a timestamp. See, I'm a type of person that I always want to learn. I like the thrill of things. I like to be excited about things. Like what TrapN do, that would just give me a thrill. It may sound crazy, but it would give me a thrill, like just getting that load there successfully. You know, But like I say, it's got to be better than what I'm doing. Like it's got to pay better. It's got to be better.
Got
I
to
can't
make
go back.
sense.
It's got
Yeah,
yeah. I can't
got to
go back.
make sense.
And
Exactly.
my biggest thing is like don't get it wrong. Like what I do good. I'm not gonna say I don't. We do good here. I just been doing it so long. You know how you get kind of burnt out on something. You just want to switch it up.
Man, let me tell you something. I've been I had my license ever since 04. I've been in the industry since 03. I started out doing containers, scrapyard.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done everything. I don't want to run across it because this is about you, but I understand what you mean when you say you just want to do something different. For me, I had a thirst to understand lanes that I
Mm-hmm.
could get experience from. Would I have loved to have been at FedEx for the whole 19 years? Yes. But that's not the route that God saw fit for me to take,
Right.
because the route that I took enabled me to do what I'm doing now and then some.
Yeah.
So I can do anything at FedEx Freight, and it's easy to me
Right.
because I understand hard work and I know where I came from. But I'm also able to teach other people about all of those different lanes and what you could run into and what you possibly will run
Mm-hmm.
into. You know what I mean? And so I'm thankful for that. But I understand where you're coming from when
Yeah.
you're saying,
Yeah. And that's one of my biggest things too. Is like with the new people that's coming into this industry. Um, don't be scared to put the work in, man. I mean, if you're a worker, if you come in this industry and you are a worker, do not be scared to put the work in. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm,
That's the thing, 'cause like you said, people really that's what they want to do. They just don't want to do nothing but drive. But those will be the same people that complain that they ain't making no money.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
If you come in here and you are a worker, don't be scared to put that effort in and go out here and try this new thing. Go try this new avenue because you don't know where that
Mm-hmm.
avenue is going to take you. You know what I mean? Uh, like I said, when I first came in the game, I wish I'd have came in on flatbed.
Mm.
You
Okay.
know,
Okay.
this conversation would have been our conversation would have been totally different right now if I'd have came in on flatbed. You know what
Why
I
you
mean?
think why do you think that conversation would have been
I'm
different?
gonna tell you why I think because if I'd have came in on flatbed, see, my ultimate goal is I want to heavy haul. That's my thing. I want to heavy haul. When you see go down the road and this guy he got two push trucks behind him, the loads taking up half of the road and all that. That's the guy I want to be. That's where I wanted to be. But right now, if I go to a company, you think they're gonna let me do that? No. But if I'd have been doing it 13 years ago, guess what I'd
But
be doing?
why no. Why do you think they won't let you do it?
Because
You got you got
I don't have
no
any
you
experience.
no, you have the driving experience. See,
Well, it's
what
more.
I
Well, here's the thing: when you're talking about the heavy haul and the flatbed industry, it's a process to it because you have to learn your chain. You have to learn how to chain up properly. You have to learn.
let me tell you something, Josh. Let me tell you something. And I want you to listen to me well.
Okay.
Do not limit yourself. Do not block what
Okay.
God has told you can do.
Yeah.
I hear it in your voice. That's what you want to do. You want to learn it. You want to go do it. You want to go do every aspect of it.
Okay.
Let me make you understand something. If you got the trucking experience and the
Yeah.
tractor trailer experience, no company is not going to bring you on and not train you on how
Right.
to do all of that stuff. And so at the end of the day, once you get in there and once they give you that opportunity and once they see that this is somebody that we going to have on our team for the next 15 years,
Mm-hmm.
you got to go in with your confidence that they're going to give you that job. They're going to pour into you what they need to pour into you because they got an older driver getting ready to retire and they need to replace
Yeah.
him with you.
Yeah. Nah.
Everybody has I when I got into flatbedding,
Mm,
everything didn't involve using chains and binders and all of that. Everything didn't involve that, but I knew how to do it.
yeah.
And once you do it and understand it, you're gonna be like, man, this is a piece of cake. The hardest thing about hauling oversized is making sure your dimensions, your height, and your width is what they say they are.
Right.
But you got this, bro. You got this. If you got a company down there that you looking at, man, go get it.
Yeah.
Go drop that application. Go talk to them and say, hey, man, I would love to work for you guys. What do you require? Do I need to go get training on my own? Do y'all train me? And I guarantee you, once you talk to them and once they see where you are with your passion to learn whatever it is they're doing at their job,
yeah,
they're going to decide to pour into you. It might not be the first one. It might not be the second one. But it'll be the third one. It'll be the fourth one. It'll be the fifth one.
Right.
Go get it, bro. Don't go get it, bro. Don't shortchange yourself. Because the same way you had somebody had to teach you what you're doing right now,
yeah,
it's the same thing somebody will teach you what you're doing where you want to go.
Yeah.
Go do it, bro. Go do it, man. Don't shortchange yourself. That's my encouragement for the night.
Hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But you're right. You're exactly right, man. But that's me, man. Like I really, that's something. Like I said, that's something I really want to do, and I try to, new people coming in, try to tell them the same thing, man. Just don't limit yourself, man. Just don't limit yourself because there's so many opportunities. There's so many avenues. You just gotta find it and you gotta want it and go get it.
Yeah, because Josh, I'm gonna tell you something. It's too many avenues for you to even understand what it takes to tie down a load. It's not as difficult as you seem. It seems if you could tie a load down on the back of a float, you can tie a load down on the back of a 48-foot or 53-foot trailer, or even a RPG trailer.
Yeah, the RGN.
You know what I'm saying? RGN trailer.
Yeah, I love them trailers.
Yeah, it'll be just the same concept. So don't be scared, bro, and tap into somebody who already in that field that you know what I mean. Go ahead.
That's the funny thing about it. Me and Andy, like I said, he do the towing and whatever. Me and him, I just haven't had no time off, but me and him was actually supposed to go out and do some stuff together because the stuff that they do, like you have to have it secured properly.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like
let me tell you what I did. Let me tell you what I did when I decided that I didn't want to work in shipping and receiving no more, but I wanted to drive trucks. I worked shipping and receiving. I went from working during the day doing shipping and receiving to working night because we had a night shift. Because of what the night shift did, they prepared the trucks and the shipments and all of that kind of stuff to be moved the next morning. So I went from loading the trucks on the morning shift to preparing the shipments and basically, set up.
Yeah.
Because it was a company that was right behind the company I work for, and they was looking for a driver for a truck. It was a scrap yard. They was looking for a driver of the truck. They had one owner operator over there. I went talked to the owner operator one day. He said, "Hey man, don't worry about it. I'm gonna put a word in for you. I know you just got your license, but I'm gonna put a word in for you so you can come, over here and start your little thing."
Yeah.
I went over there during the daytime running containers back and forth to the Port of Houston. Get off about 6:00 in the evening, and then go back to work at 10 at night at my regular job.
Working.
But see, that's the hunger. That's the hunger that I had with wanting to learn how to drive these trucks and get into this industry and start my experience.
Like containers, I heard it's good money in containers too, but
no. I'm not telling you to go to containers. I'm telling you yeah.
But it's just that, like, even with containers, I would get bored with containers. Like, I got bored with dry van because I wasn't doing nothing. Like, I don't know. I guess I'm an adrenaline junkie. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what I'm saying is when you get home
Yeah.
on a weekend, Go sit in the truck with your homeboy that's doing the towing and see how he tying that load
Yeah,
down.
that's what I
That,
want to do.
that's what I'm saying, because that's what I had to do.
Mm-hmm.
I had to get off of work at 6 in the morning, go jump in the truck for 7, take whatever load I need to do to the port, come back, pick up another load, go back, pick up another load until that last load at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Got back to the yard by 6:30. Went home, went to sleep until 9:30, 10, and then got back in the.
Mm.
I did that for about 5 or 6 months, and then I just finally told them, "Hey man, I'm done. I'm finna go drive trucks."
Yeah,
You
that's
know what
that's
I'm
what
saying?
that's what we get. That's what I'm getting ready to do,
So
man.
you just gotta take it. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta push yourself in, because, like I tell you,
Yeah,
once you learn those straps and binders and chains and how to tie them loads down, you're gonna be like, ah man, I got this. Now your next goal is to be okay. Make sure I got that ruler. Make sure my height, I know what my height is. Make sure I know what my width is, and make sure I follow that god doggone route plan when they give it to you.
and another thing too, man. Another thing too, like let me break this down before we get off, because we get another thing too is like what I do here. I do enjoy. I do like what I do here. There's nothing wrong with the places I work. I like doing what I do, and it's enjoyable. And I'm home every weekend. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to make the money that I make and be home every weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
That's doesn't happen a lot. But my thing is, I don't like I said, I do not want to be the guy that box myself in.
mhm,
I want to be the if I branch out and I do decide to go out for my own authority, I want to be able to do multiple things. You know what I'm saying? I want to
mhm,
be able. I got my. I could pull a reefer, I could pull a drive in, I could pull an
mhm,
RG, and I could pull an end up. I want to be that guy that
mhm,
can do multiple things. If
mhm,
the reefer slows down this month, what? I go grab my RG and pull that. Ain't no
mhm,
afraid in that. I go get my end up and do that. I
mhm,
want to be the guy that can do multiple avenues. And so I never want to box myself in, but I mean, the people that I work for, they are great people. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? So with that being said, man, it's more of a goal thing for me.
mhm.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Than
yeah,
anything.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know?
So before we get off here, as usual, go ahead and drop your social media, your last thoughts and your last words to anybody that may have this hear this episode and just hear something you say. What would be your thoughts to those getting into this industry, or those in the industry
Mm.
who are looking to do something similar to what you're doing?
Uh, I want to talk to the ones that's coming in the industry because I get questions asked a lot
Mhm,
about this industry. And like you said, at the end of the day, you're going to have to leave home. You know, you're going to have to leave home. And also, just don't, like I tell people, don't box yourself in, man. There is so many things that you can do in this industry. Do not box yourself in. I've been driving 13 years now, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still
mhm,
talking about I don't want to box myself in.
mhm,
So if you come in strong, you're going to end strong. Uh, but, just remember when you come in this industry that 9 times out of 10, you got to leave home.
mhm,
That's the most important thing is that you have to leave home. You're gonna have to leave your family. So if you're coming in this industry, remember that first. And if you don't think that you can do that, this may not be the industry for you. You know. As far as my
Yep.
social media, everything is Josh Just Chillin' Boy. You can find me on Facebook, Josh Just Chillin' Boy, TikTok, same thing. I got an Instagram, but I think it's under my kennel page. And if you go on my Facebook, you're gonna find that it's more dog content, not truck content. My TikTok is more it's strictly dog content. If you want trucker content, you come to TikTok. You want dog info, dog. Dog Talk, go to Facebook. But it's all the same thing.
Okay. Well, hey man, this has been Josh Boyd, Josh Just Chilling Boyd. Man, I want to thank you for coming on the Freight TrapN podcast. I think this has been a great episode. Hey man, tell everybody, reach out, everybody come join the Freight TrapN podcast and like, share, subscribe, and enjoy these videos, man. I got a lot of content over there, man. Hey Josh, thank you for joining up, bro. And be safe, man.
All right, man. I appreciate you having me, man. Take care.
All right, peace, bro. Holla at you.
See
All
you.
right. All right. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I want to thank you guys for joining us on another episode of the Freight TrapN podcast. I have been your host, Mr. James Roberts. And as usual, hey man, you guys stay safe. Thank you guys for joining tonight. And listening to what brother Josh had to and brother Tweet and brother Tim had to say about this industry. Once again, I have been your boy, Mr. Freight TrapN podcast. Hey man, you guys be safe and have a nice night.